do that. What you come back, you get your first minutes, your first time being on the NBA floor. You probably weren't starstruck at all, but you more so were just like, damn, I'm here type of thing.
I most certainly was anxious, you know what I mean? Not to
Yeah.
mention I'm just getting back able to be on the court, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm getting thrown in just with any time on the clock. So I tell people that when they ask me about the situation with LeBron, I tell them always like I have to acknowledge my rookie year. I'm not playing at all. It's the first time I'm getting thrown in real NBA minutes. Like real, this is what I want to talk about. It's the
Mm,
first time I'm getting thrown in real NBA minutes.
mm.
They're like, go check Bron.
They told you go wait straight up. They was
Go
like, straight off the rip. That's crazy. It's like go check.
Bro, when I say like I'm in the G League, I'm coming up. I'm not getting in the game. Like even when I'm up, I'm not really getting in the game. Like they like slow walked it. It wasn't like I just got in the fire. So that was like my first real game. They like go get. I'm in the fire. They say go check Brown. Take
Damn.
me to the post or scored on me every single time. Foul, score, something like that. I'm like 5 times in a row. I get subbed out. I'm like, oh my goodness. So the
That-
next game we go to
That's crazy.
Charlotte. I respond crazy. Actually play. Have 14.
Mm,
I come back like the next game, bro. I'm thinking
mm,
like now I'm about to get opportunity now. Come
mm.
back the next game, bro. I probably play like 4 minutes, bro.
Why is it like that? You see what I'm saying? That's what we talk about. Like you show flashes or you show you can play, then you don't next time you don't get opportunity. Politics sometimes. But I
Bro,
mean, it'd be like
it's
that.
crazy, bro. It is,
That's
bro, and you just gotta keep navigating through it, bro. Still, unfortunately, dealing with those same type of things, bro. But gotta keep pushing, navigate around it, through it, whatever you gotta do.
after Phoenix, you had like a very short stunt with the Pacers. Is that the next team you went to? Did they tell you how'd they tell you were being traded? Did you see it online or it was just like you saw it on Twitter? How did that go?
I'm walking into the gym, about to walk into the gym, and my agent says, because I just switched agents, my first agent lost his license. They were a part of the ASM ordeal.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
so now I get a new agent. On my way walking to the gym, our GM had just got fired in preseason. In preseason, they fired the GM, not before the season started. In preseason, so walking the gym, they're like, "We got everybody we need right here." Next day, I'm walking to the gym. My agent say, "Yeah, don't go in the gym. They working on a trade package for you getting traded." Opening week is like this week, bro. Like, huh? End up waiting it out. They don't have a trade for me, so I end up getting released. But I'm on a fully guaranteed deal, so end up getting released and getting paid all my money. So then
Mhm,
Indiana now because they waited so long, there's
mhm,
no more roster spots or not really that many available. So I take a two-way with Indiana. Go to
okay.
Indiana. I'm playing on two-way. I don't play meaningful minutes with Indiana till like the last game of the season. Basically, just playing in the G League and getting garbage minutes at the end of games.
It wasn't really even like a situation for you there for real compared
No,
to
no.
okay.
I'm thankful because they gave me, a landing ground, but I didn't have those early opportunities to even go out, and that's what the toughest part have been for me about my career. It's never been about lack there of production or anything. It's always been about the lack of opportunities and,
Mhm.
usually catching the short end of the stick, like you know what I'm saying? I'm usually lumped in with the
Yeah,
unfavorable
the
things, if you
rookies
will. You know what I'm saying? The things that you know what I mean, would hate to be,
a part of.
hit with. So it's
Uh,
I've taken everything in stride and learned from it, bro. But it's definitely been a journey, like I said.
say the next like solid situation you had was the Nuggets for
Yes.
sure. So you got on the Nuggets. You played about I say total almost 70 to 80 games total if we're comparing like
Mhm.
two.
Both
So
both seasons or one?
both seasons combined. Yeah, so I think
Right.
it was like 48 or 49 the first one and 35 the second.
Right.
Something like that.
I played majority of the games my first year out of the G League. The first call up the G League 2021. I went to
Yeah.
camp with Denver. I went to summer league with Denver. Malone told my agent he wanted me to go to camp. They didn't have no roster spots. At first, I'm like, just came from overseas in Taiwan. Had a great time. Finally back to ball in my hand, really pooping, having fun. You know what I mean? It's right after the pandemic. So I was doing that the year before. So I was kind of accustomed to that. Like, all right, now my mentality was have fun, make some money, whatever.
Mm.
Um, then Malone wanted me to do that. Ultimately, we ended up doing it. Go to summer league. Go to camp, have a good camp. Tim Connolly's like, if you play well and we have opportunity and you do these things, you check off these boxes, we will come and get you. And he held true to his word. I played 8 games. I was the first call up in the G League that year. I had 3 consecutive call ups, and then ended up getting converted to a two-way and playing out the rest of that season. I played most of the games that season. You know what I
Yeah,
mean,
you
because there
did.
was injuries. It was opportunity open. Next year, Jamal come back, Porter Jr. come back. They signed KCP. Just wasn't those same opportunities the next year. And Nuggets won a championship that year. So I say that all humbly, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But it was just, from me personally, just wasn't the same as, the year prior.
There's so many players who they just get caught up in, I wouldn't even say the politics, they just don't get the proper situation they were supposed to, so you never fully get to see how talented they are. That happens so many times.
It's
I'm
all
sorry.
about situation. I can I
I
can I
swear.
can think back to different people in my draft class who's been able to be successful and who's necessarily not been able successful, and just seeing how I particularly maybe view somebody's game and or the public view people game, and see which players with the what team and what situation and what they were able to do. And then it don't necessarily come down to talent level all the time. It come down to just proper situation, who was able to capitalize in that such. You know what I'm saying? So many
Exactly.
more talented players that didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So
Junk is crazy.
it's just really just about situation, bro, and timing.
Yeah, and
Timing.
the list is endless too. That's the worst part about it. Like
Sure. Everybody know exactly what I'm talking about, man.
it's crazy,
And
man.
then what I found out though is that you eventually start hitting a loop.
Mhm,
If you find yourself not in those good right situations for you, you
mhm.
start getting looped into this pool of people now trying to find the right situation, and then it comes down to, there's only so many spots, so many jobs. There's only so many different opportunities. Like I said, capitalizing on every opportunity, and turning it into something. Thankfully, know what I mean? I was overseas the year before, and then I end up turning that opportunity to a two-way and then signing the deal with Denver to come back the next year.
Next
So
year.
on this other end of this token, is like, damn, I was just out the league the next year because not playing, getting traded to Lakers, not playing as well.
Mhm.
Now, next situation is like, bet on myself and go overseas, or I just stuck it out in the G League and all that stuff. So now it's a situation where I
You
gotta
know,
basically start all over again. You know what I mean? Not even start all over again, but I'm at ground zero again. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? So it changes that quickly. It really does. So
And then you never be knowing if and then if you go overseas, you don't be knowing like, damn, did I make the right choice going overseas or should I have waited? I guarantee that's what most people say, when I interview them, they be like, I don't know if I made the right choice going overseas. So
right.
it's tough.
Last season, I
Tough.
start the season, I go to Europe.
Mhm.
I end up leaving because the team was late with my money. So I end up leaving Europe, come back to the G League because Memphis Hustle has my rights playing the G League all year. It's now a situation where, like, damn, if I just would have stayed, waited it out, maybe even just went to camp with somebody and played the right G League situation. It's no knock on Memphis Hustle at all, because they gave me opportunity. It was mutually beneficial, I think, for both of us. So I got no problem with that, but it doesn't mean that it was the right team for me and for me to potentially get back to that next level, if you will. You know what I mean? Again, we talk about the perfect situation or the right situation and being able to capitalize. Because on one hand, it looks like one situation, but on the other hand, the positive situation, it looks like getting 3 call ups
So
in a row with Denver and turn that to a two-way and then turn that to another deal. You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's two drastic sides of the coins, but those are the two sides of the coin.
When you did move overseas, like when you finally made the choice to go, what was like the weird transition you felt like from being NBA is you getting paid the most in the NBA, you get all the
Right,
perks, I'm
right,
sure when you go out,
right,
everything thrown at you, you know what I'm saying? So like what would you
right.
say was the biggest like damn, like I wish the NBA does this a lot better than overseas. Besides payments, I heard some of the most effed up stories about teams not paying players. So I already
Yeah,
know.
that
I heard some
that's that's
crazy
a
shit.
that's a whole
Yeah,
episode in
yeah, it's a
itself.
whole
It's
episode on
it's
itself.
it's
So
ridiculous.
it's
But
so crazy. So
the
crazy, bro.
transition was pretty cool though. Like the city, Latvia. I was in Riga, Latvia. They spoke pretty much all English. My fiance, her family's from Germany. It was close to Germany. I had to actually fly there one point for her family, so it was easy to navigate and all that stuff. So the city and all that was cool. It was just they was late with the money, which was unacceptable. I gave them ample opportunities to address the situation. They chose not to. So it is what it is. But